Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Paula. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over how to get a job as a teenager. Trust me, as a teenager myself who has had a few jobs in her teenage years, I can tell you that I definitely know the struggle of getting a job as a teenager, and that is why I'm here to help you guys if that's something that you're interested in doing. I talk a lot about online jobs on this channel, but specifically in this video, I want to focus on getting a regular in-person job. This is separate from the online jobs, separate from side hustles online, more focused on getting an actual job where you actually have to go in person. Before I continue with the video, I just want to briefly mention my brand new ebook that I currently have on sale on my website for 75% off. And in that ebook, I go over how I was able to make $10,000 in 1 year at the age of 17. I priced it very cheap because I want to make it affordable to every single teenager out there or any single person. I know that if you're in high school or if you're in college, you don't have $1,000 to spend on an ebook to learn how to make money. That's why I priced it so cheap at $35. Go check it out. Okay, back to the video. Number one, check the legal age requirement. Depending on where you live and what part of the world you live in, there are different rules and regulations when it comes to getting a job, especially for certain ages. If you were in the USA, you probably have an advantage because you're able to get a job, I think, as little as 14 years old if you are in the USA. But for other countries, especially third world countries, you're not able to do this. So check the requirement in your country and make sure that you have met the requirement. And if you are in the USA, different states do have different minimum requirements, so make sure you check it and figure out what the requirement it is to work in your state. But on average, it's going to be about 15. In my personal opinion, where I live, the minimum requirement is 15, and I got my very first job at 15. I'm currently 17 right now. So figure out what that is and figure out how to work with it. And if you're not that age yet, you can wait till you get to that age, or you can watch this video up here where I talk about how you can make money if you're a little bit younger. Number two, the second thing you're gonna want to do is identify your skills and your interests. So when it comes to getting a job, there is a variety of things that you can do, so it's important that you figure out what you want to do. Do you enjoy working with other people? Do you enjoy working by yourself? Do you enjoy working indoors? Do you enjoy working outdoors? Do you enjoy, I don't know, making food? Do you enjoy delivering food? Do you enjoy not even being around food at all because you like the smell of food? I know someone personally who she could not get a job in a restaurant because she hated smelling like food after work. Figure out what you want to do and do it. Let's say, for example, you do want to work in a restaurant, but you don't want to work in the cooking aspect of it. You can consider being a waiter or a waitress. Figure out what you like to do and figure out what you don't like to do. This is gonna help you a lot when it comes to figuring out what jobs is best for you. Number three, prepare a resume. So this one is actually optional for a lot of jobs. My very first job was at a theme park, and I did not have to get a resume for that job. So figure out, I would just have a resume on deck just in case the job I want to apply to requires a resume, but it might not, it might. So for the resume, you want to have previous work experiences. Now, if this is your first job, there is a way around this. You can just write stuff that you do at home. For example, if you babysit your little sister or your little brother, you can put that as work experience on your resume because technically it is work. Even if you didn't get paid for it, you're still doing some kind of work. If you volunteered in the soup kitchen, put it on your resume. If you have good grades, put it on your resume. If you, I don't know, are president of that club, this club, all these things makes them know how good of a student you are, which will eventually translate to you being a good employee, a good retail person, just a good employee in general. So if you have any honors in your school, put that in your resume. Your work resume when you're young doesn't have to be only work related. It can be literally anything that makes you stand out, anything that makes you a better and worthier candidate, put it on your resume. Number 4, ask for recommendation letters. So let's say, for example, you put on your resume that you volunteered at your local soup kitchen. What you can do is you can go to the person in charge of the soup kitchen that oversees you volunteering there, and you can ask them to write you a recommendation letter, basically talking about how good of a person you are, how you get stuff done really quickly, how you're like coachable, how you're polite, just every good quality about you that they have seen from you volunteering. They're gonna put it down. Now, getting a recommendation letter makes you stand out so much because it's basically someone else's opinion of you, and if they're all positive, where they should be positive, if they're all positive, it's gonna give your employer a better reason to hire you. Why do you think colleges require this for admission? Because it's a good way to get to know somebody from somebody else's point of view. Number 5, actually searching for a job. So when it comes to this, there is a bunch of different ways to look at it. My favorite way is just going online. Literally, if you have a specific place in mind, you can just go in there and Google it. If you want to work at Target, you can go in there, click on Target jobs near me. If you want to work at your local grocery store, Google it. Or if you want to do it a different way, you can actually go in person to this place and ask the manager if they're hiring, tell them you're interested. And there are some scenarios where you might get hired on the spot, but it's very unlikely. They're probably going to refer you to their website or something where you can actually sign up and apply online. But going in person, making a good first impression is really, really important. Number 6, practicing for your interview. You want to make sure that you are as prepared as possible going into this interview. You want to memorize 7 questions. Like, you can literally go online and look up questions that you think they might ask. One question that I tell you that literally every job I've applied to has asked me is, tell me about yourself. That is one that I've gotten asked at literally every job. Go online, look up questions. Don't like cram the questions in your mind, because you want it to be free flowing out of you and you want it to be as natural as possible. Just be natural, be yourself, and you get the job. Number 7, be persistent. There is a good chance that you're not going to get the first job that you apply to, and if you do get the first job, great for you, that is amazing. But for most people, it is very common to not get the first job, and that doesn't mean that you're not qualified enough. It just means that that's not the right job for you. And don't get sad about it, because there is many other fishes in the sea. Just go ahead again and apply for several other jobs, and when the time is right, when you find one that clicks with you, it's gonna click with you and it's gonna work out. So don't be discouraged if you don't get the first job that you apply to. Okay, you finally got that job. I am so happy for you. I'm so proud of you because you've worked so hard to get this job. That is amazing. So once you've gotten the job, it's all about keeping the job. So on your very first day, it's probably going to be your orientation day, and some are paid orientation, some are not, but it doesn't really matter. You want to make sure that you make the best first impression actually working there. You want to assure them that they made the right decision hiring you in the first place. Don't slack. Don't start coming to work late. Don't start arguing with people. You want to be the nicest person there. You want to be polite. You want to just be the best employee you can be to keep that job. And yeah, you guys, that was all the tips I had for you guys when it comes to getting your first job. I really do hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, give it a huge thumbs up. Do not forget to go grab my ebook down below. It is currently on sale for 75% off. Go check it out down below if you are interested in making $10,000 online. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.